I haven't really covered this. This is a mobile power station from DC Solar. It's a company that, it was a Ponzi scheme. They went out of business and they were selling all of these at a bankruptcy auction. This is going to be our temporary power, and then once we get power in, if we put power in, I'm going to tear this apart, and it's going to be the start of our solar system. It's got this back part is the diesel storage tank. Those two right there are two huge banks of batteries, two 500 amp hour, it's either 500 or 540 amp hour sets of batteries, an 11 kW generator. Then on the front you have all of the inverters and controllers. You've got two of those, and then these lights. This, when I got it, I bought it at an auction in California. I was still down in Texas, and so I had it shipped up and put in storage. And that's where we just put the car, was in the storage this was in. So we took this out. The batteries were completely dead because they'd left the breakers on. So I spent the last couple of days charging up one set of batteries, enough now that the computer system, the midnight control, can now use the solar panels to finish charging the batteries up. There'll probably be more to that. If you want to know more about these, there's a plethora of videos on the Evil Video channel. I'm not going to do an overview of this. If you're interested in how they work, you can go there and find everything that you want about them. Now that I've got this charged enough that the computer system can charge it off of the solar panels, we're going to move it up to the property this morning and just get it out of the way here for now. So we got this down onto the property just to sit here so that it'll start charging up. And then the excavator's due for an oil change, and it's been a comedy of errors. Everything from getting the wrong filter to I had a bunch of paper towels that I got so that I could wipe off my hands, and left them in the bucket when I pulled the drain plug. We do have a moment of genius here. I do have oil filter wrenches, but they're not here. So using this strap, I've created in essence a ratchet strap to get that off of there. That's probably enough. I can get it by hand. Yep. So check this out. This is really cool. That's a little drain pan, and then there's a black hose coming off the bottom of it. So when you take the oil filter off, it doesn't leak oil all over. It goes in that drain pan and then runs out the bottom into your bucket. Okay, the place we're going to end up building the house is up there, but this is a nice clearing that we're going to put the RV in while we build. It'll have good sun exposure for the solar panels, or the best we could hope for. All right, there is where the RV is going to go. We got that leveled off pretty close. I think it's within like a couple inches on all the corners. We'll bring that in here in a bit. This is an old skidder trail we're cleaning up. It's going to be our temporary road into this meadow down here where we're going to be. Pretty steep. Winters will be fun. And here she is in the skid steer. First time. She's gonna suck. I suck. That thing is got quite a learning curve. It's gonna take me a while. As soon as she sees me, she'll make me turn it off. She said, I can't get it to do anything. Turn the park brake off. Turn the park brake off. There was a red light up there. It won't do anything until you turn the park brake off. Oh, look at that. Right now, she's just getting used to it. Check that out. She's pretty good in a skid steer. Still needs a little bit of work, but it's a lot lighter. The morning warm up in Greece. Just got that big stump out yesterday. And what you can see now that the road is in, we're coming through and widening it and leveling, smoothing. Gonna keep working on it. Even when I get done here, I'm gonna be going back over it. Obviously these sides are gonna slough off some, so I'll clean some of that off. that too far over the hill. I gotta be able to get back out of there. On the right side that we didn't want to take out, so we'll bring a lot of dirt back here to fill. Once more dirt over here on the right, so I'm going to take a little bit off of this side. On this thing now. I got 76 hours on it. Time makes all the difference. So I'm just kind of roughing this so that she's comfortable getting over on that edge because it was getting kind of soft. That's all fill on the right hand side. What I'm doing now is just kind of a rough final grade. And she comes along with the skid steer. Smooths it out more. Kind of gets rid of any of the whoops that I've left. Getting the hang of it, but there's people who are definitely a lot more skilled at this than I am. Still a little bit too jerky. Shouldn't hit the end of those limits like that. Hope I don't roll this thing over the hill. I've been sitting here for at least 7 minutes. I was beeping at her, trying to get her attention, ask her if she wants some of this dirt. She hadn't looked up once. Doing a great job though. My camera's a little bit crooked, the road's actually level. Okay, we spent the last probably week and a half putting the rest of the road in and widening it. Here in a little bit we'll see it. But today we are chipping. We got these brush piles and probably 2 logging trucks worth of logs on the side of the road. We're gonna have to skid back. This is gonna be a summer's worth of work. But we're gonna use this chip material. We'll show you in a bit. about a load of chips. I think we've done 4 or 5 of them. Learned a lesson with this tarp. It was blowing down and coming in behind the bed, and we spent about a half hour cleaning chips out of there one day. Now we'll see the driveway. Obviously it still needs a lot of work. I gotta shape that side. Looks like we got a natural spring right here we're gonna have to deal with. And I gotta backplate it all and make it smooth. And now I can get the truck up in here. Going down to where the house is, but we're just following an old skidder trail here. This is going to be fun in the winter. So we're doing this so that when it rains, this isn't mud, because I had to dig this out, obviously. And I suspect it's going to invite rodents, but we have a plan for them. And I'm pretty sure just having a place that's out of the weather and humans attract rodents. So that is what it is. But this will make it so that it's not all muddy around the RV when it rains. Well, we got it in. Thanks to our neighbor who graciously let us use his pickup and assisted. And we brought it up through their property, coming up through here, and then there's a meadow. It was pretty hectic, so I didn't film, a little bit stressful, but we got it in there. So now I got to hook up the solar trailer and see how that works out. Then I got a ton of work to do to get ready. Not sure if you can hear that generator running. I got a hold of the support for those Sunny Island controllers, and I gotta say, that dude was at a ball game, and by memory he's going through the menus and never missed a beat. And basically it apparently had never been set up, so it had to be completely reset up. And then as soon as we got done, the generator came on to charge the batteries up. It's designed so that if the batteries get low enough, the generator will kick on and charge it. And so it's going to run about 4 hours to do a top-off charge on that. So last night the generator ran for 4 hours to fully charge that. It stops at 95%. This morning it was down to 86. Now it's down to 80. The sun is just starting to hit it. I need to reposition them, and I'm going to track it so I can see. Obviously I think those batteries need some conditioning. We'll see as they charge and discharge if it improves. To move the RV, we had to take all the water out of it. So this morning, we are just temporarily getting some water. I've got a garden hose up here to siphon down. I just set the pallet there so we'd have a level spot. That's the pallet the excavator thumb came on. And we're filling these using a gravity siphon. It's going to take a few trips. And I should add, we don't use this for drinking or cooking. This is just bathing, laundry, things like that. We use bottled water for anything we cook or drink. And then I dump those into here and use that submersible pump to pump it up into the tank. 4 trips will get us, I think, almost 80 gallons. And we're getting water rights. There's plenty of water rights left on the creek. It's just a complicated process because, you know, government. Have I mentioned how awesome excavators are?